clap for myself, too. Good evening, everyone. Serial farter Eric Swalwell has missed more House votes than a congressman who died 9 months ago. Even more troubling, the dead congressman smells better. Wow. Governor Kathy Hochul will sign a bill that'll make assisted suicide legal in New York. And within hours, one woman signed up to volunteer. Meanwhile, in outer space, NASA telescopes have spotted a bizarre new lemon-shaped planet. Scientists say there's no signs of intelligent life. But it is open to getting probed. According to a new survey, the average child's allowance is $52 per month. That's not even $2 a day. Hell, the kid who walks on my back makes twice that. Shout out to Seth. Did you know that Kevin McAllister's groceries in Home Alone have gone from $20 in 1990 to $53 today? Meanwhile, you can still get Macaulay Culkin to walk on your back for $2 a day. Privacy experts warn that app-connected vibrators may be collecting your personal data. I guess that explains why that butt plug tried to sell me boner pills. It's all about the algorithm. President Donald Trump has now added plaques under ex-presidents' pictures in the White House Presidential Walk of Fame. Under Joe Biden, he put worst president in history, which is rough, but worse, under Bill Clinton, he wrote, "Who wants to smell my finger?" Boy, you guys run hot and cold tonight. All right. Fani Willis is back, and she's testifying in Georgia after being accused of misusing funds and taking her boyfriend, Nathan Wade, on exotic trips. Apparently, this pervy prosecutor's idea of an oral argument began with, "Am I using too much teeth?" So instead of answering questions like a seasoned lawyer, she answered them like a real housewife of Atlanta trying to convince a cop that it's perfectly legal to park a car in a tree. But can you blame her? You all want to intimidate people from doing the right thing.
You all want to intimidate people from doing the right thing, and you think that you're going to intimidate me. You all have been trying to intimidate me for 5 years, which is why I have not been able to live in my house for 5 years, because the N-word has been written on my house.
Really? Someone wrote the N-word on her house and we're just hearing about it now? I thought the only thing she kept quiet was banging a prosecutor. And how is asking questions intimidating? Aren't you, in fact, a prosecutor? Isn't that your job? That's like a plumber looking at your clogged toilet and saying, you know, you should really call somebody about this. But when they had a question about her lover, she dodged it like me when Rachel Campos Duffy is pushing Girl Scout cookies.
Is it your testimony today that you did not have any conversation with Mr. Wade about investigating the 2020 election?
Do you want to answer?
It's a dumbass question.
Oh, a dumbass question. Questions are fine. It's the answers that are dumbass, lady. But she's angry because for once in her life, she's asked to show her work. So she gave more attitude than a TSA worker inspecting my bag of massagers that were definitely for my neck.
When I refer you to the screen, these are...
I don't review those documents, so you're asking me to look at documents that I haven't for the first time. What I can tell you is that I only allowed Mr. Wade to bill 160 hours a week, and then Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office making sure that my staff arrived.
You billed Wade 160 hours a week? There are 168 hours in a week. She might be worse at math than Cat Timpf. I know that was unnecessary. Turns out, though, she meant hours per month. Kind of a moot point anyway, since Wade was not being paid for work, but only being summoned for jury booty. But why so emotional? We just want to know, did you misuse funds? Did you hire Wade because he was a great prosecutor and you liked his briefs, or you liked them only when they were hanging from the bedpost? You know, there's an old lawyer saying, if you can't pound the facts, you pound the law. And if you can't pound the law, you pound the table. And if you can't pound the table, pound the lawyer on the table. Actually, that's a new saying. But I wonder, was he a leader to that team?
He was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him, like me, has been threatened thousands of times. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they've called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house? Why don't you investigate the fact that my house has been swatted? If you want something to do with your time that makes sense. And you can use all this in your campaign ad. You attacked Fani Willis. What have you done, sir? Nothing.
Look over at us. Oh. Now, I got to say, that's a hell of a defense. Who cares if I broke the law when people call me bad names? Where did she learn that from? Instagram reels of sassy lardasses shoplifting at Walmart? But this is where we are, where it's now racist to investigate corruption. Her testimony exposes an entitlement created by a different set of rules governed by fear, and it's a fear of being called racist if you request oversight and receipts. None of us could talk like that in a congressional hearing. But for others, rules just don't apply. And neither does answering basic questions. Remember the Stacey Abrams NGO that got $2 billion in taxpayer money from Biden despite making $100 in revenue the year before? Ilhan Omar refuses to address whether she tied the knot with her brother because she could. Who would dare question that? LA Mayor Karen Bass let California burn, then blamed others for the botched response. In her mind, the buck never stops with her because blaming her would be bigoted. And now you get a prosecutor who's not used to facing the music and who melts down so badly that they have to cut her mic. Hell, even her own lawyer was pissed off.
You know, old men have to go to the bathroom about every hour.
Governor, would you like a 5-minute recess?
I believe it would.
We'll take a 5-minute recess.
Poor guy, he's full of pee. And she's full of crap. And the rest of us are ready to flush the whole thing down the sewer. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He saves $1,800 a year by cutting his own hair. Host of the You're Welcome podcast, Michael Malice. She's perky, quirky, and weighs less than beef jerky. The Federal Selections correspondent, Brianna Lyman. When other kids wrote to Santa, she wrote to the Unabomber. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor, Kat Tiff. And he pulls Santa's sleigh when Rudolph calls in sick. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planet Tyrus podcast, Tyrus. Now, Michael, you're aware of the background of Fani Willis. She was one of the people that was, supposed to go after and destroy Trump. To go after him for his election claims. But it blew up in her face, and now she's got to face the music. What say you, young man?
What we're seeing for the first time during this second Trump administration is accountability. Mm-hmm. When George W. Bush got into the White House in 2000, the first thing he said is stop going after the Clintons and what they did on their way out. Mm-hmm. Because the Republicans used to sit down and take it, and the Democrats could do whatever they want. Look what happened with Kavanaugh. None of those people had any repercussions for making him out to be a drunken gang rapist. Mm-hmm. And now Trump comes in the second time, and he's like, if you want to play with fire, you're going to get burned. And all these people, they're saying it's revenge. You started this.
Yeah.
So now you're FAFO. Like, you're going to start this fight, and he's going to finish it. You know that line, that old law line, if you shoot at the king, you best not miss.
Yeah.
So I'm glad people are having consequences for all this unprecedented stuff of trying to put a former president in jail, not for the things that were wrong, but the things that were right.
Yeah, excellent point. Thank you. Thank you. Michael makes a good point. I think that all of this was based on the assumption that Trump was finished, that he wasn't going to come back. And then, it's got to be their worst nightmare, that they went all out to destroy him, and then he wins, and now they got to pay the piper, a phrase I just coined.
But that's why they tried so hard to get him in jail with every single case they brought against him, because they knew he had a pretty good chance of winning. And Fani Willis would have had a better argument that she didn't misuse taxpayer funds had she not walked in with a brand new Louis Vuitton and this big white jacket with all the fur, looking like she's worth $1 million. That sends a really bad message of where did you get the money to do? Look at her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that is 60-degree weather in Atlanta,
Right.
and she's wearing a fur coat.
It's that Real Housewives of Atlanta look that she's going for, that she reached. And she keeps talking about being called the N-word or having it written. And to your point, Greg, for so long, the left has known that if they shout racism or bigotry, they shut debate down. Because the worst sin in America that you could be is to be perceived as prejudiced or even be perceived as racist, even if you're not racist at all. So they've been using that playbook, but it doesn't work anymore.
I gotta say, that is a nice-looking coat.
I would wear it.
It was quite beautiful. Kat, do we have video from the? Because do people remember how awesome Nathan Wade was on when he was being interrogated under oath? Do we have one of that great moment? One of our favorite moments.
Did you go to a cabin with Miss Willis ever?
Ever?
Ever.
No.
So, Kat, there are two options here. One, it was so unmemorable that he couldn't remember it, or that it was so memorable he was remembering it right there.
No, I think that was a very normal way to behave. You know, he was just mentally surveying all the cabins he'd ever been to.
Yes.
And then maybe he had a photographic memory of all the cabins, and he was looking in the mental pictures for her.
Yes.
I mean, he was trying to decide, do you think they know about the cabin? Is what he was trying. But it was comedy, no? The fact that was you feel like you're watching a sketch when you watch that. How long was that pause?
It was fantastic.
But yeah, that's the thing is this was fun to watch too, if you remember.
Yeah.
Him and then her and then I remember thinking, and I still do think, she could have a career in reality TV.
Yes.
Because just the way she comes in, like you said, wearing that coat and doing this, that's a dumbass question. It was a very interesting thing to watch unfold because it is so unbelievable.
But I guess, the thing is, if Kat had said this is a dumbass question in court, she would be, what do? They can throw you in jail.
Yeah.
Tyrus, right? I'm not a lawyer, although I have told women that at bars. Are you thinking about a cabin, Tyrus?
Yeah, he's surveying all the cabins he's been to.
Yes. All right.
No. That was the greatest answer a man who's in deep. That's textbook how you answer that question. If you know or you're unsure of what your wife knows and doesn't know or whatever it is you screwed up, you take the time to be damn sure before you answer. Mm-hmm. Because if you wait long enough, fellas, if you wait long enough, she will tell you.
Yeah.
So what he was trying to do was wait for the attorney to be like, we have the photos.
Right.
That's what he was waiting for. Then he'd be like, oh, yeah, I dropped her off there. I didn't stay long.
Right.
But he was waiting, and she ain't going to say nothing, which means she ain't got nothing, which means no.
He was, oh, my God, you're right. He was waiting
been a black
out.
man for a long time, Greg. Some of the stereotypes, men is men. We all been there.
I learned so much from you, Tyrus. Yes. Although it's often too late.
But I would just like to say that both things can be right. Maybe they did do all those things to her.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change what you did and why you're in court.
Yeah, that's true.
People tend to do mean things to people who do bad things or are perceived to do bad things. It doesn't matter what's going on in court. They might have put a big knucklehead on your door or not today, lady, or, no killing furs or whatever they did, but it doesn't matter. Maybe they did said all those horrible things about you. Doesn't matter. You're in court now for what you did or didn't do wrong.
Yeah.
That stuff means, when they bring that stuff up, it means they're trying to hide from what's really going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's and they thought They jumped on the anti-Trump gravy train. They thought it was going to ride them to nirvana, and instead went off the rails into a really clumsy analogy.
Do you think knucklehead starts with an N?
No, I think the person who did it had their encyclopedia out going, oh, the K is silent on that one.
Do you mean a dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.